of Darkness is back for a top 8 finish and an 80-man regional, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go take a look at what's going on out of the side deck, shall we? 33.8% of you guys just have not smashed the living crap out of that subscribe and smash it so we can get to 100K. The side deck breakdown for this last Sunday's regional is a fairy tale, quite honestly. Looking at the metagame here, we had 2 frickin' Tri-Brigade decks in Top Cut. Combination of like Lyricalistic stuff, you know, like all the little birdie treats here. And then we get down in here to the one-ofs. Now remember, this is an 80-man regional, by the way. So we have Invoked, all right, taking down the regional. That's 2 Dogmatica variants that I've seen so far that have won events. We had 1 Sword Soul variant, and then we have the Granddaddy Homunculus. We have Virtual World Sword Soul. You're like, wait a minute. Is that a Virtual World deck or is that a Sword Soul deck? It's both, actually. The fact that the deck already has access to worms built into it already just kind of raises the consistency factor eightfold, ladies and gentlemen. I see that we also had an Eldritch deck as well, playing a very mini Lightsworn package for milling. I'll talk about that list here in a little bit. Lair of Darkness, back at it again, tributing the opponent's monsters to kind of generate that advantage. All right, God. Lair of Darkness, seeing love. That is now twice in, the last 6 months that we've seen the same duelist coming up with Lair and finding success with it. Not every regional will they top, but variance seems to be enough on their side that they are finding success with it. And then little penguins, little flunderies, little army is back again with another top finish here. Talk about interesting diversity here. You have Invoked winning the event, and then you have VW Sword Soul, Lair, Eldritch. So much cool diversity happening. And like I said, this is an 85-man regional, ladies and gentlemen. If that doesn't show that diversity is strong in the format right now, I don't know what is. Let's go take a look at what the top deck list were, shall we? First list we have on your screen here is first place was Sauron Niimi's lockdown finish here, showing us that, hey, we can play a nice Destroy Phoenix Enforcer package with our Invoke deck. Nothing says I'm going to agitate the crap out of my opponent than having a Winda and a Destroy Phoenix Enforcer. And you know what? We just put a little Macabre over here in the corner as well. Man, if that doesn't scream super polymerization the board, I don't know what does. But the fact that this deck can do all of that and, you know, abuse Maximus as well. I'm glad to see that Maximus has found its way back into the format now that players have kind of like leaned off of it. Now Maximus is at the point where it's kind of safe to get that generalized investment out of him. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, we got him. We did it. We got another Invoked finish. So yes, that was first place out of the side deck regional. Nothing too crazy to say about that, but all right. Next up here is Burbs. Okay, so this was Kobe's third place finish here. I didn't actually get the chance to get Fredella's second place finish with Destiny Hero Sword Soul, but okay, so standard extended Lyricalist package here. This build kind of relies on making double Recital Starling off of literally 1 to 2 card investments, and then you step on into the F-Zero package before you like extend through your Tri-Brigade package here. So it should just be very basic, bird into F-Zero. And then at that point, they have to decide if they want to Nibiru you or not. If not, you'll be ending on, what, Samorg and or double Ancient Dragon Lords, depending on how your hand kind of shapes up. And then, of course, you have Tri-Brigade Oath here as a generic spell and trap negate. So, kind of gives you a little bit of an inclusion to make sure that your investment for a board that you're trying to build will be protected. Because as soon as things kind of start crumbling down on you, definitely starts to get a whole lot worse. Next up here is the legendary 4th place finish. This is the Sword Soul variant playing 50 cards. Now, keep in mind that this is a worm, Psychic, this is a worm, and Lily is a worm as well. Technically, you can add them off of this once you set up a synchro. So you start combo with like normal summon Mogi, for example, here. And then you attempt to like climb up into say Cheese Out, then you can search for this. Congratulations. You now have a generic Rhoda to get to any of your worms that you need to in deck, or You can search for Long Yun at this point. You can go down basic Sword Soul combo. This is a very small, dedicated sub-package that you can kind of build into Sword Soul already. And this was technically the first build I saw, even though earlier in the week we did see another variant kind of creep out into the light here. But for the most part, yes, this was something that the OCG was kind of messing around with, kind of brought the idea to light. And I see that the TCG has now kind of molded this and adapted this towards our strategy. So yes, I do think that this is incredibly viable. I guess your trade-off is, well, Robbie, it's 50 cards, like, I don't like bricking. That's fine. All right, you don't have to go down this path to try to find success with this. It is just very much an honorable note now that, hey, you want to build a mini Sword Soul package into your deck? It's not going to hurt you at all right? Like, weird things kind of start to happen with this variant because now you can do some more streamlined plays with Tzolk'in, you know, Long Yun with Baroness it's just whole different combo lines that you can kind of produce at this point. And I think that's what's really worth noting about this deck is that diversity of build that you get with this. Next up here is the Eldritch variant. This was Lightsworn Eldritch, which was from Calvin Jin here. Now, we are doing Zombie World shenanigans with this deck. With that being said, though, we have a pretty streamlined Lightsworn package here to make sure that our deck can generate advantage, get the mills going here, and literally just feed our good cards into the graveyard here. This card right here with Zombie World is what we like to call free real estate, and those free wins. All right, so honestly, I think the mini zombie package is fine. There's no like unizombies or anything like that. It's just kind of standard zombie shenanigans while grinding across the opponent here. And I see that we also have the borders. Nothing says I'm gonna have fun than grinding out my opponent with Ye Olde Inspector border. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that definitely screams absolute free wins across the table. Man. See, like, I love little things like this. This is like the pinnacle of cool idea central, in my opinion. Next up here, we have Lair of Darkness, starring Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. This was Julian Dimitri's Lair of Darkness Dragoon Control, showing us that, what is that, ladies and gentlemen? We can make Dragoon, and then we can Lair of Darkness our opponent. Who doesn't love the fact that we can just EV our opponent and laugh at them? We've seen this strategy before, actually, where you can harness the absurdity of Eradicator Epidemic Virus and laugh at your opponent as they can't really do anything, because Lair just gives you free access. Your opponent's monsters are our monsters, all right? Everything that you do is what I do. The rest of this deck's whole game plan is you kind of set up behind, like, Summon Limit, you break those boards with your amazing effects, via cost, by the way. So whatever your opponent does, what are they going to do? Laugh at you? Oh, well, sorry, I tribute your monster for cost. Would you now like to negate? Well, if I'm tributing the thing that's got the negates lined up for it, there's nothing you can do about it. I do like the fact that we also have the Waking the Dragon in here as well, so that we can take advantage of also the same thing here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, you want to blow off my back row with, like, Lightning Storm or something like that? Okay. Get punished even harder, nerd. You lose to the Ultimate Falco now. So, yes, this deck really does cover its bases, and I think that's the thing that makes this deck so successful. Julian's had a lot of success with this deck, and it is also, I always love getting a chance to see this. And the last list I have for you guys here, this was David Plummer's Lyricalist Tri-Brigade deck. We have a little bit smaller of a bird package here, but don't let that fool you, all right? You'll still be able to take full advantage of the bird package here. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You'll still be able to do what you do best. Yep. Anger your opponent with Featherstorms. That's exactly what this deck does. I see that we also have the Oath built in here so that we can do what we do best. We also have a freaking Icarus attack down here. Wow. That's a nice little throwback, personally. Well, that wraps up this chunk of deck profiles out of the side deck, guys. Please, if you comment about how much you guys think, smash the like and crap out of that subscribe button, so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content, and I will see your beautiful faces back here later on today with some more cool, awesome content. Peace out, guys. Have a good one. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. guys, please check out VanCo40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCO40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out MCOgames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.